Developing a topic and identifying key terms. One of the most challenging parts of research usually happens at the beginning of the research process. The topic, whether assigned or self-directed, typically is broad and presents too many variances of what to search for. This tutorial will demonstrate how to narrow a topic into keywords to be used in a search. As stated before, many research topics are often broad or general. Inquiry is the most effective approach in narrowing your topic into a more manageable search. As an example, let's use mental illness as a topic. If you use information from what you have observed on television, you could probably think of several scenarios when mental illness has been cited as the cause or consequence of an action. As it stands, a search for mental illness would result in thousands of articles that may or may not answer specific questions about mental illness. To find more relevant articles, it's helpful to ask some of the following questions: who, what, when, where, and why. Using all of these may not be necessary. However, it is a good starting point when you are trying to narrow your topic. In asking who, one should expect to use terms in relation to demographics, such as women, men, youth, teen, teenager, adolescent, elderly, ethnicity, etc. Any variation of the choices is helpful as they direct your focus to a particular population. It may be your choice not to use any specific population. However, for the sake of this tutorial, say you were interested in mental illness in adolescents. Next, brainstorm to identify what. What kind of mental illness would you focus on? From your own experiences, you may have heard about or have interest in learning more on schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, depression, impulse control, antisocial disorder, or another disorder. Choosing an exact disorder is certain to lead you to more specific kinds of information. At this point, your topic would change from the more broad or general topic of mental illness to a more specific or narrow topic of schizophrenia. When? Well, this question is essential when trying to determine the currency of the information that is needed. In other words, how up-to-date does the information need to be? Does your research require the most up-to-date information? Or will information from 10 years ago be okay? The decision, based on your topic, will be up to you. Remember, topics in science usually require the most recent information available. Let's say that for your topic, you want information published in the last 5 years, so from 2008 forward. Demographics is also factored into the question where. Maybe you want your research to be based exclusively in the United States. Perhaps you would like to focus on rural or urban environments. If France is developing groundbreaking research in the area, maybe you would like to focus on a specific country. Whatever you decide, it'll become apparent that your topic is becoming a question, which is where all research comes from. Lastly, one should ask why. It could be you have an interest in the treatment of schizophrenia. What types of medications are prescribed? Are there certain social or environmental factors that trigger bipolar disorder? Do you want to focus on the symptoms of schizophrenia? Or maybe the psychological causes? Yet again, we find that the process of inquiry has led us to more questions than answers. For this example, let's focus on the treatment of schizophrenia. So our research question would now become something akin to, what are the effective treatments for schizophrenia in adolescents? And our key terms would be those elements we identified with our who, what, where, when, and why. They would be schizophrenia, treatments, and adolescents. These are the terms we will search by to find sources. Don't forget to think of synonyms for your key terms. For example, adolescents, adolescent, young adult, teenager could all return appropriate search results for your topic. Trying synonyms for your terms can find you even more sources. At the beginning of this presentation, mental illness was given as an example of a topic. As we cycled through the process, more defined questions developed, such as treatment of schizophrenia in adolescents. The possibilities are limitless when following this process, so in order to formulate good searches, one must take time to ask questions. As always, don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions. You can reach us by phone at 569-3299 or 569-3351. You can also find our contact information on the library's website, which is library.msmc.edu.